guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, November the 3rd, 2023. Welcome to another eBay video. The title of today's video, as you probably saw, was basically talking about eBay customer service representatives. While most of them are really good and know exactly what they're doing, every now and then you're going to come across one that knows nothing, that shouldn't even be allowed to pick up a telephone. We're going to meet one of those people today right here on this show. Before we get to that, a little housekeeping to be done, if I may. First, I want to extend a big shout out and congratulations to Crosswalk Larry, who correctly identified last week's movie quote. He correctly identified it from the original John Wick movie. Very good, Crosswalk Larry. A few others did too, but he was first, so he gets first credit. Let's talk right about the main topic of today. I want to talk about that first. Do you guys remember a few weeks ago I told you the story about an eBay buyer sending me a best offer? Okay? He gave me an offer of $38 on a $42 item, which I thought was fair. I accepted the offer. I got paid right away. Printed the label, boxed it up, shipped it out. Then, the next day, the buyer sends me an angry message saying he didn't authorize eBay to take the money, which of course he did, and all hell broke loose. I'm going to now do a cutaway to some screenshots. You're not going to believe what happened with this scammer. This is the absolute worst scammer I think I've ever encountered on eBay. Usually a scammer will do one thing, not pay or send back a broken item. This guy exceeded that. Let's do a cutaway. I want you to look at the screenshots, get the idea of what happened, then we'll come back and talk more. Here is the very first message I received regarding this particular incident, which I showed you guys in a previous video. The buyer wrote to me after the item had been scanned in by UPS, and he said, I put in an offer and never received a notification of acceptance, and we refused the delivery. I want my credit card charge refunded, which of course is never going to happen. I stated unequivocally that I believed from the very moment this started that this buyer was sending out best offers willy-nilly with no intention to pay, and now I've got proof. Watch as things transpire. Next screen. 2 days after that, I got this message saying the buyer was going to return the item, and he selected ordered by mistake. Okay? Now I thought that was kind of weird because it was going to cost him serious coin, as much as the item, to return it. The item was $38. The shipping each way was $17.95. Please keep those figures in mind when I go to the next screen. 2 weeks went by, a little bit over 2 weeks, as you can see by the date, and eBay automatically closed the case because the buyer never sent the item back. Now listen very carefully, because here's where it gets sticky. Look at the date. October 30th was Monday night, okay? I went to bed Monday night and I slept well, knowing that this case was closed in my favor because the buyer did not send the item back during the allotted time period. I woke up Tuesday morning to this. Your funds are on hold till this case is resolved. The same guy who never sent the item back was able to open up a case. I swear to Christ on the cross in Brooklyn, I don't know how this happened or how it could happen. But if you think you're disgusted now, wait till you see what's coming next. Right after I got this message, this one was on its back. We have decided in favor of the buyer and deducted funds from you. Okay? They're deducting $55 to rehash. $38 was the item price. $17.95 was the original shipping. You may remember that. Okay? How in God's name could eBay decide in the buyer's favor when he never even returned the item? Well, I decided to call eBay concierge. As I said, I woke up 7 a.m. to this nonsense, and I know better than to call really early. Plus, I was a little bit upset anyway, so I decided to wait till the afternoon. I called at 1:30 p.m. and I spoke to a customer service agent. She looked at the case and she said, "My God," she said, "I apologize to you. This should never have happened. The customer service agent made a huge mistake." As you can see, to rehash, $55 was how much they took from me, which was the 38 plus the 17. Okay? I said, how could they possibly do this when the person never returns the item? She said to me, I can see exactly what happened here. See what it says here? Look, I agreed to give the buyer a refund but didn't issue it. Well, of course not, because I never got the item back. Plus, this counted as a defect against my account. So she says to me, here's what happened. She said, overnight, the buyer called up eBay and got a customer service agent who obviously doesn't know what they're doing. So I'm guessing it was somebody overseas. The buyer told the customer service agent a fake tracking number. He stated he sent the item back and he blurted out any random number like 123456, and the customer service agent didn't even bother to check it, and that agent gave the buyer his money out of my pocket. Now the buyer has my Plymouth Barracuda hubcap and $55, and I got dicked over. Okay? I'm not going to hold back because this should never happen on eBay or any online outfit. This is what happens when you hire from the bottom of the barrel. You get what you pay for. But anyway, I have good news. The customer service agent immediately appealed my case while I was on the phone and gave me my money back. I then asked her, very candidly, if the money was coming out of eBay's pocket or if it was coming out of the customer's pocket. And she told me that they were going to retrieve the item from the customer's pocket. Okay? So that's where we're at with that right now. There's a possibility somewhere down the road that this customer might file a chargeback. If they do, I have all the screenshots saved, so I'm not too concerned about that. I want to impress upon you two things with this. Please listen to me. Number one, this customer, in my opinion, is a really hardcore scammer, the worst of the worst, because first they scammed by sending a best offer they had no intention to pay for, and when they were made to pay, they refused to send the item back, lied to eBay with a fake tracking number, and the moron they were talking to actually bought into it. The second point, this is to eBay, for Christ's sake, please keep all jobs in the United States. I said to the lady I spoke to, I said, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I said, I'm sure you can see who handled this case on your screen. Would you please refer this to your boss? I want this person called on the carpet because they shouldn't be working in customer service. If they did it to me, I'm sure they're doing it to other people. So guys, that's my little story for the week. Let's get back to the video. Guys, after seeing that, I think I need a drink. And what better drink is there than eggnog? Let's have some of this wonderful treat right now. And hopefully it's going to calm me down and we can discuss what you just saw. Oh man, this stuff is really good. Really good. I don't think I need to clarify anything regarding the screenshots. You saw exactly what happened. It's factual. And there's the proof. Whose fault was this? It was two people's fault. The scammer buyer and the eBay representative who might be overseas. I think they are, but again, I can't swear it. Who obviously doesn't know how eBay works. I really honestly think that there are some representatives out there that should not be allowed to pick up the telephone. Yet they do. I myself have had very good luck when I call eBay concierge. I get a person in the United States who's intelligent, well-spoken, who understands eBay, and can usually remedy my problem right away. But what happened to me is inexcusable, and there is no way in hell that I could let this pass. I want to accentuate this. I still say that eBay is the best place to buy and sell on. Nothing has changed. It's the best venue. However, when something happens that I think is unfair to sellers, I'm going to speak up. Right? I am not one of these wet dish rags, otherwise known as a marshmallow, that's always going to say everything is rosy when it's not. I tell the truth, and I think I've got a reputation for being straightforward. So yeah, this week has been unusually slow. The last few weeks have been very slow, with the exception of yesterday, which was Thursday. Thursday, for some reason, was booming. Today, Friday, you wonder how many sales I've made today? Since last night, of course. The time now, 4:52 p.m. I'm recording this video. I made one sale for $21. That's it. That is it. I cannot attest as to what is causing this. It's just the roller coaster ride of selling online. And I do understand that there are going to be slow days. These things happen. You may remember the story I told you last week about a person with zero feedback bought some trim rings from me. And again, after I shipped them the next day, he wanted to cancel. And he demanded a refund. And I showed you the screenshots. I said, too late to cancel, LOL. Sorry guys, but I have to do that. I have to add the LOL in, because people think that they have carte blanche to cancel 24 or 36 hours later, and it's not the case. So I was curious to see what this guy would do, because the shipping each way is $35. It's in a 17 by 17 by 8 inch box. The item cost was approximately $60. So he's going to spend $70 to get back $60. Today he filed for the return, which I knew he would, okay? Will he send the items back, or will he try and scam? I gotta be honest, I don't know. The jury's still out on that. We'll see what happens when it happens, but I'm sure next week I'll have an update for you. As I said earlier, this has been a very quiet week, with the exception of that craziness I showed you with the screenshots earlier. So I really don't have too much to talk about tonight. Please, guys, tell me your comments, questions, and concerns, either on any eBay topic or on the one that I presented, the bad eBay customer representative. I would really, really like to hear your feelings on that, because it concerns me that somebody is that plain stupid. And I'm going to say the word stupid, because they are. Who buys a false tracking number without checking? I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. Somebody really dropped the ball this time. Anyway, guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thanks for watching this video. Before I let you go, I'm going to make a statement, and I'm going to see if anybody recognizes where it's from. This is pretty difficult, and I don't want to give any clues away on this one. All right? The statement is this. I get a lot of calls from the United States. The time difference means getting them in the middle of the night. Sexton takes them for me. Now, I want to know not just where it's from, but I want to know the plot. I want to know the storyline. Don't you dare say, oh, Joe, it's from blank. You don't get credit. I want blank and the storyline. You know, a brief synopsis. Okay? Guys, thanks for watching. You've been a great audience. Rock on and peace.